welcome to the Steve and No Captain Evil show. Very excited for this episode. Nobody to argue with, nobody to fight with, nobody to laugh, nobody to laugh at my jokes. That got a little fuzzy there, Rick. Now Rick's dropping the ball. No Renae, and then Rick just dropping the ball.
Hold on.
Got to figure it out. I am. The good news is that yes, I am flying solo, and I'll tell you guys why here in a minute. But the good news is lots to talk about. A lot happened this week. Lots and lots and lots. So very excited about that. Captain Evil, she is in Vegas with a girlfriend of hers. They're at a thing called Magic, is what it's called. It's like a fabric distribution gala show thingy for like Rao Western. So things are heating up. She got a little free little getaway for Captain Evil and her friend Jen to enjoy a little Vegas time. So I think Captain Evil's taking shopping to a whole nother level where she's actually buying it direct now. So she has skipped the middleman. She's going to Vegas to buy direct. So what do you think, Rick? Are we tuned in there? Are we dialed in?
Yeah, does it look good to you?
It looks great.
Okay, just pull your pants down a little bit.
Well, Renae gets me these shorty shorts now. And I guess she gets me shorty shorts because she said that the long shorts are old man. So I don't know. She's trying to keep me hip, Rick. Trying to keep me hip. I kind of like them though because it's so freaking hot, and these are like almost like a swim trunk material, which is cool. Tim, will you turn the AC down to like 70? It's a little warm in here. Rick, dude, so much to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. Like I almost want to start at the beginning, but I'm super excited what happened last night. So, Rick, I will let you decide. You're my co-host. Chime in at any moment. Do you want me to start at the end or the beginning?
Yeah, let's Tarantino this stuff. Start at the end.
Okay, last night was absolutely insane, absolutely freaking awesome. I am proud to say that I was a small part of raising $400,000 for the Texas flood victims and surrounding areas. $400,000, which I was very proud of and I thought was awesome. And I get home and apparently Parker McCullum and Matthew McConaughey and Miranda Lambert raised almost $9 million. So my measly 400,000, but I'm very proud of it. Dude, Rick, did I tell you about this thing?
Yeah.
Holy
Well, you didn't tell me what happened, but yeah.
Well, it was televised. They was on local TV. KS.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I was on TV last night. It was awesome.
Wow.
This is my first time to host. I was the host of this live event. Oh my gosh. Like the moving parts. I mean, this was like a production. I can't even imagine hosting a live event like the ESPYs or the Emmys or the Grammys or any of that because, dude, I mean, everybody needed their guitar pedals. There was probably, man, I don't want to leave anybody out. Hold on. There was so many people, man.
Also, let's take a step back and explain what this is.
So,
what was the event?
The Tobin Center, where I filmed Simple Man, reached out and said, hey, we want to put together a bunch of artists, benefit show on a Monday. I'm like, freaking awesome. Oh, thanks, Tim. I'll hold on to that. So let me go through this. Lyle Lovett, Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias, Los Lonely Boys, Reckless Kelly, Bree Bagwell, Lisa Morales, Dave Ramirez, Jamie Lynn Wilson, Dave Watson and his Lone Stars, hosted by Steve Trevino. It was, holy moly, man. It was, Rick. Do you film like award shows ever like that?
Yeah. So our larger company does the Oscars and stuff like that.
But are you there doing it? I mean, you
absolutely not.
Right.
I've done a couple live shows and they're so stressful.
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, they've got every single band has their pedals out there, and then they have to label them. And then they have these risers that they're pushing in and out because everybody has their own drum set. And then, I mean, dude, the stage was chaotic. Like, watch out, coming through. And then they're like pushing out stages and then bringing in another stage. And I mean, I wasn't, me and Renae were in this little corner by the stage that we kind of go, okay, we're going to make this our home, because that was the one place that we weren't being messed with, right? The funniest part, Rick, I got to share this with you. Like, dude, this guy was like a parody. This dude was so fucking ridiculous and over the top. He was Los Lonely Boys guitar tech, and we put the script on, like, it just looked like kind of like a little desk, and there was some guitars there or whatever. Dude, he comes in, I'm working here. Get your shit off my thing. I mean, like, freaking out. Renee's pissed. And I just look at Renae and I go, leave him alone. He's one of those dudes that takes his job way too fucking serious. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he's like a parody of a guitar sound tech.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he's on the ground, like, holding the cable. Dude, did you see that, Tim? Dude, no other guitar tech was not even remotely acting like that. Dude, this dude's like giving slack to it and then pulling the slack back, and like, I mean, dude, literally in a stance. Like, he's backstage, like, in it, right, Tim? In a stance, like holding the cord, and then when the guitarist would move over a little bit, he'd give it slack, and then when the guitarist came back, he'd pull the slack in so that the cord was I mean, this dude was fucking. It was entertaining to watch. and I didn't want to. There was a little bit of me that I was going to be like, listen, motherfucker, like, that's my wife. I'm the host of this show. Who the fuck are you? Chill out, right? But then the other half of me was like, oh no, this dude's an idiot, and he's one of those, like, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, dude. Like, I'm sure you run into them where they take their job way, way too serious.
Yeah. The difference, though, is kind of level of importance, right? Like, it seems like the host of the show should be the most important,
right?
And so he shouldn't be yelling.
But it was also one of those things where it's like, hey, guy, relax, all right? I sell more tickets than the Lonely Boys. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking shit about the Lonely Boys. They're freaking awesome. Absolutely love them. But it's like, hey, guy, I'm hosting the entire show. I have the hardest fucking job. My wife is helping stage manage. Chill the fuck out. And dude, to be honest with you, and this might come out bad, but I don't care. Like, I could have told on him. Like, I could have totally gone to the tow bin and said, get that dude the fuck away from me and my wife. He was out of line, and they would have done it. They 100% would have went over there and been like, you just pissed off Steve and his wife. Get the fuck out of here till it's your turn. But I don't want to do that because you could tell that he was like employee of the fucking decade.
Do you think he was doing it for attention?
No, man, and maybe I'm wrong, or maybe he's autistic. You know what I mean? Like, one of those, like, on the spectrum. Yeah, like, where he doesn't really realize, and then at the end of the night, we're doing this huge curtain call, and Los Lonely Boys are the last ones. And by the way, the Los Lonely Boys, wow. I mean, talented dudes, man. What an amazing show those guys put on. So they're finishing it up, and then we have a curtain call. So now you've got, 100 people back there? Right? So, by the way, I got Timmy in here and Sean Latham. I mean, those 70 people back there, in the wings, which is not a big space. And everybody's directing, like, hey, the curtain call's coming. Everybody get ready. Those of you artists that are going to be walking. I mean, they're trying to go. And then this dude's with his freaking cord, and he's yelling at them. He's like, off my cords, back up, back it up. And everybody's just looking at this dude like, guy, relax. My favorite part of the evening, so I had to get there super, super early because They wanted to go through the show with me. I had interviews. I was going to be there. I mean, I'm literally on stage the entire night. So they had a script, and I had to learn the script, and we had to walk it and kind of do a run through. So I get there. Gosh, what time we get there? 4:30. I get there like 4:30. I walk in, and remember my green room when I filmed the special, Rick? That first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you're walking down the hallway and you can look right in those doors. Mm-hmm. There is Lyle Lovett. And I'm like, holy crap, right? Now, earlier that day, I was hanging out with a guy named John Wimby, who is the piano player for George Strait. And I'm helping him power wash the back of his house. And he says, hey, man, when you see Lyle Lovett, tell him I said hello. He's a very, very good friend of mine. Tell him, trust me, just tell him John Wimby says hello. He goes, and then tell him that John Wimby wants to play the boat. I said, okay, no problem.
Oh, such a great song.
Such a great song. So I see him, I walk up, and I'm a little intimidated. I don't want to encroach on his space. So I kind of poke my head in. I said, Mr. Lovett, I said, I'm Steve Trevino, I'm the host. I said, John Wimby told me to say hello. He goes, immediately he was like, oh my God, I love that guy. He goes, he wants to play the boat. And then he goes, yeah, man. He needs to. He's so talented. He's so good. And that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to, you kind of play it out, right? Like if the conversation's over there, I'll fuck off, right? But all of a sudden he's like, hey man, sit down. How are you? Man, thanks for doing this. And you got kids? How many? How old are your kids? I have twins. They're 7. And all of a sudden, dude, Rick, I'm just sitting there chatting it up with fucking Lyle Lovett. And he's asking me about me. He's asking me questions. And he's like, you're making me nervous, man. Sit down. Now I'm sitting down with Lyle Lovett. And we're having this conversation. And this is kind of a weird thing to say. And I think everybody kind of felt like, why did Julia Roberts marry this dude? Now I know why. He's the sweetest, nicest, very interesting, very easy to talk to. Rick, I probably talked to him for 10 minutes.
Do you think he was a fan of yours?
He did talk about comedy, loved comedy. He talked to me about how hard it is and how he admires comics, and he admires that he goes, you guys always have to write. He's like, you're constantly writing. He goes, and you don't have a guitar to hide behind. And when we were just on comedy, I mean, I think he was. Let me put it this way. I think he knew who I was, probably because of the benefit, maybe. But I made him a fan because after I did my set, which, by the way, dude, like, we're having to switch gears. Steve, cut this. We're going to move this over here because the TV needs to go to commercial and they need 3 minutes. So we're going to put a video here. I mean, dude, it was freaking juggle.
Did you have a teleprompter?
I did. And I don't want to talk shit about the Tobin Center. It was a bad teleprompter. It was a podium with a tablet, but my sight line, I had to look down, right? You need that in the audience, right? Where you can look out, right? So I would have to memorize it really quickly and then look up and then basically say as close as I could, right? So, I mean, we're juggling. We're doing all kinds of stuff. I ended up having to do a 10-minute set because we had to kill 10 minutes. So I do the 10-minute set, and then Lyle Lovett comes up to me and he goes, dude, absolutely hilarious. He goes, you're so funny and so good. And I mean, he was like over the moon. He goes on stage and again, his effortless singing. He was so effortless and it was easy for him. And he went up there and just did his thing. And then he comes off, takes a picture with me. which I got to get from somebody because I was caught off guard. I didn't have my phone, and Lyle Lovett goes, "Can we need to take a picture together?" I'm like, "Yes, we do." And I took a picture with him, so I need to get the picture and post it. He ended up leaving early, so he was kind of earlier on the show, and I get it, right? He's a big star. He doesn't want to do the curtain call. He comes in, does his thing, and get out of there. Which, by the way, he was also part of the benefit that Matthew McConaughey and Cody Johnson and all those guys did the night before, Sunday night. So then I'm sure he was pretty tired, and I'm sure they stayed up pretty late over there, came in, and he took off. Well, I posted a video in my story saying, oh my God, wow, Lyle Lovett, what an amazing human being. And then I'm driving home, and all of us are in the van talking about how amazing Lyle Lovett is. And all of a sudden I get a text message, and it's Lyle Lovett. And he was like, wow, you're so talented. What a pleasure to meet you. And I said, dude, you're an absolute pleasure yourself. And he said, thank you. And I'm like, do I know Lyle Lovett? I think I know Lyle Lovett. It was awesome.
That's great.
But man, the Tobin Center was sold out. Everybody was like dressed up. The energy in the place was unfreaking believable. There was not a moment. I mean, it was a 3.5 hour show. Usually when I do shows like that, where there's a lot of comics or a lot of musicians, usually by hour 2, you're going, hey, we gotta hurry this up. Like, we really got to move things along. This audience is maxed out. They're done. They don't want to see anything else, right? So the energy was amazing. Reckless Kelly killed it. This guy, oh my gosh, David Ramirez. Did you hear him, Tim? This guy, did you, Sean? I don't know where this dude came from. Came up to me. He's like, hey man, big fan. I'm like, man, thank you. I wanted to say the same. Didn't know him. Walks on stage and he's like folky. Was that the right word?
I'd say that. Not bluegrass, but it was folky-ish.
But holy moly, this guy's amazing. And then the other girl, Lisa, what's her last? Morales. This Lisa Morales girl, I never seen her before. And I hate to say this about women, but she was a little older, right? But, I mean, very beautiful lady, murdered the stage. And what was really cool about this benefit that I don't think anybody else has done, because there has been a lot of benefits for this flood. It actually had comedy. So it was like comedy, music, comedy, music, comedy, music. And I really like that format because it kind of broke it up into more of a variety show, if you will. Fluffy Gabe Iglesias came out, and I told the girl, because they had him down for 15 minutes. I go, I'm telling you right now, you're going to look at 20 to 25 minutes. There's no way he's doing 15 minutes. She goes, Steve, you have to be sure. She goes, I'm communicating with the TV network. You have to be sure. Is it going to be over 15? I said, 100%. She goes, okay. She goes, it's your ass. She goes, because we're like, we have to plan ahead. And I go, I'm telling you, he ended up doing 23 minutes. So I called it perfectly. But I will tell you this, for my friend Gabe, I would think that by the response he got, I would say he was the biggest act. When he came out on stage, the way that everybody lost it was different than everybody else's. Different than everybody else's. I mean, people lost their mind. So, I mean, you want to give that guy his time, right? Oh, somebody's at the door, Tim. Let's see what's going on over there. So, I mean, Gabe absolutely murdered the stage. And then I went up on stage with Gabe to give it up for all the first responders and all of that. And we did that together, Gabe and I. And that was really special as well. It's just a beautiful night. I'm I'm a huge boxing fan. So Jesse James Leija was there, 2-time world champion. Boxing is very special to me. It's my dad and I bonded over watching boxing. If boxing was coming, my dad wouldn't spend money on many things, right? Like, we're not going to the monster trucks. All my friends are going to monster trucks, right? We're not going to concerts. It's not happening. My dad doesn't go to concerts. But if boxing came to town, all good, Tim? All good? Yeah, school supplies. But if boxing was coming to Corpus, I knew that it was going to be father son. We get to go together to go watch boxing. And Corpus is a huge boxing town. So I actually saw Jesse James Leija live box in Corpus 3 or 4 times. And remember, I grew up in Portland, right? So actually, I'm chatting it up with him, and he's like, where are you from? I said, I'm from Corpus. I don't want to say Portland, right? Then that's a whole nother conversation. Then now I have to explain where the fuck Portland is. And he goes, oh, yeah, man. He goes, when I would fight in Corpus, I would train in Portland. I go, what? I go, that's where I grew up. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I would stay in Portland, and I would run the streets of Portland. And I'm like, how did I miss that? How did I not know that Jesse James Leija, the 2-time world champion, is running down the streets of freaking Portland, Texas? Like, that's crazy. Got to chat with him. Gabe was, he absolutely told this great story about me and him being at Lupe Tortilla together, and how he has, Lupe Tortilla has named their menu items after Latino comedians, and they have an Iglesias plate. They don't have a Trevino plate yet. Hurts my feelings, but we're working on it. It was just great. You have any questions on the benefit, Rick?
What set did you do? Was it new, or are you pulling from old stuff?
It was some of the new stuff. It was tough because it was one of those deals where it's like now. Like they literally came running over to me, and they were like, right now you need to go out there and kill 10 minutes. And I'm like, now? And they're like, and then literally, you're up. And I'm like, as they're telling me, I'm running out there. So, I didn't have enough time to process in my head an old bit, right? I had to go straight to something that I know, something that I'm doing. And it didn't bother me. I didn't burn the material because it was live TV. So it wasn't recorded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A big lesson. I did the bit 1,000% clean. There was no F-bombs. There was no B-bombs. It was because I knew I had to be on TV.
What bit was it?
The family picture day.
Oh, okay.
Gabe, he goes, mother food. And you saw him catch himself, and he didn't quite say motherfucker, but the fa came out. It was borderline. And I don't even know, does TV have a dump button still?
Yeah.
You think they dumped it?
I'd have to hear it, but probably. They err on the side of safety.
Right. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. It was a lot more work than I thought it would be because of the anxiety and the constant changes. So I could not leave my corner. Like, I had to be there. I'd literally run to the restroom, go to the restroom, and then the stage manager would be like, you got to be back. And I'm like, okay. And then I'd run back because there was audibles being thrown nonstop. Go up here, change this. This is going to be here now. That's going to be over there. So-and-so's late. So we got to move them. Dude, it was wild, man.
How long was it?
It was about 3.5 hours total.
Holy cow.
Yeah. It's about 3.5 hours total. I'm on my feet the entire time. Thank God for Renae, dude. Like, Renae was back there, and they love her at the Tobin, right? Because they all know her. You guys worked with the staff over there. Dude, Renae got more hugs than anybody. Like, everybody's like, Renae, everybody's giving her hugs. So she kind of, being her bossy self, She kind of took over and started kind of basically stage managing me. And then she was the liaison between me and what was happening on the stage. So, they would, and then, dude, Renee's like also solving problems. Like, we had an issue where somebody ended up with my microphone, and then Renee's like, "We need mic 10. Give me mic 10. Steve needs another mic. Where are you?" And the dude's like, "Okay." And he's like, and I'm like, "Renee, did you just take over completely?" But she's thinking on her feet, right? And getting shit done. But dude, it was, Rick, really nerve-wracking.
I got a couple production questions for you. Did they have a spotlight?
They had a spotlight. They had a lot of great production in there. They had 4 cameras for the network. They had a fixed camera in the very back for the big wide shot. They had 2 cameras, side stages, left and right. And then they had a roamer. So 4 cameras. So I mean, and then in the behind me there's a huge screen, so you're also seeing what they're seeing at home.
Okay, gotcha.
There was a QR code so that people could donate from their sofa, which that was also really cool because we were getting financial updates as the night went on. And it's crazy because we deal with this with social media, right? Where the first 10 minutes was basically the biggest jump. Like that first 10 minutes, bang, we're at 280 something thousand. And then for the next 45 minutes, it was trickling in. So then I got production coming to me going, please beg them to, tell them about the QR code. Remind them to donate, because we wanted the money would stall out, and they know that in real time. So then they would say, "Oh, you just mentioned it, and it went up." So it was so cool, Rick, to see things unfold in a live way. Does that make sense? And to know that, number one, TV works because when I would ask them to donate, it would go up.
Did they air the whole 3.5 hours?
The whole 3.5 hours. Yep.
That's great.
They got rid of all their other production for the night, and they aired Garrett was kind of like, "Oh, you have a show tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, you're not gonna be able to put me to bed?" I'm like, "No, buddy, I'm sorry." I said, "But you can watch me on TV." So this morning when I woke up, him and Delilah were like, "Dad was on TV and we watched you and it was awesome, Dad." And Delilah was like, "My daddy was on TV," So it was really cool that even though I wasn't here, they still got to see, there's something really cool about them knowing what I'm doing while I'm doing it while I'm not home. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. And there's still prestige about TV. It's crazy it is when a YouTuber or a TikToker, I'm sure when they watch, there's millions and millions of views, but there's still something prestigious about being on TV.
Yeah, and obviously things are changing very fast, but at the end of the night, if I'm laying in bed with my wife and we want to watch something, we're not going to pull out our tablets, right? We usually pick a show to binge watch for a few weeks, and we put on the big TV, and it's also in the background, so it's not like, Renae and I will stop and talk or whatever during it. So there's just, TV's still going to exist, I think. It's just going to be in a different way.
Yes. I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on that just because of the industry right now. Appointment TV is hard to do. But do you watch Love Island?
No. All the guys are laughing over here, Rick. They're all
right,
laughing at
because who
you.
does, right? But do you know how well that's doing live? They built in this whole interactive thing with this app. It's crazy the numbers that it's doing.
Because they can engage. Wow. Yeah, we need to do my sitcom, and then after Act 1, we go, is Act 2 gonna be Steve gets a divorce or Steve stays married?
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah. But man, what a beautiful night, Rick. The Tobin people are just unbelievable, man. I mean, they love us, we love them. It was like a little reunion. I mean, nothing but hugs, and I got to give it to the unsung heroes, which are the they were there figuring this production out for 3 days. So I just want to give a big shout out to those guys and girls that were, the behind the scenes people that never get the credit, that never get the Ricks of the world, the camera guys, the directors, the producers. I mean, all those guys that make it happen. I just want to shout out and give them a big thank you. So, any other questions on that? And I will get into deeper details we'll go back to the beginning.
Let's go to the beginning.
Huh? Oh yeah, dude, we got to talk about Selena too, man. Oh my gosh, dude. Thank you for reminding me real quick. Tim reminded me we had a special guest, Brian Hart and Al Gonzalez and Cleto Rodriguez. They did a 6-week comedy course at the LOL, and the prize was that you would get to do a gig with me. They asked me if I would do that for them. I said absolutely. So I went in and I had to choose the person that was going to get to do the gig. And I want to tell you, man, I was very impressed. Very, very impressed. The showcase was amazing. A lot of funny guys and girls, a lot of them. None of them were bad. None of them were bad. They were all had material. They were good. They were very well coached. They performed well, all of it. But then this girl goes on stage. And her name is Selena Gomez, okay? Yeah. And I played it up at the benefit where I go, ladies and gentlemen, special guest, Selena Gomez. And this overweight, blind girl walks out. And her opening line is like, sorry, I'm not the Selena Gomez you had in mind, right? She goes, but the difference is, and I don't want to screw her joke up, and I probably will. She goes, I spell mine with an I, which is ironic because I don't have any eyes.
Oh my God.
Man, she fucking killed. And it was a really special moment for me because I could feel her nervousness. I could feel her excitement. Dude, I don't want to say, dude, it was just special. She wants to be a comedian, works hard to be a comedian, is very, very funny, deserves to be on that stage. And on top of all of it, 100% completely blind. So it makes it even more special. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And dude, she went up there, did her 5 minutes and killed. And I said, hey, do you want to bring up, after she killed, I walked on stage and I go, Selena, you know that you weren't facing the audience, right? So she picks it up right away, turns around and goes, sorry guys, thank you, love you. And she's pointing at the back of the wall. It was absolutely hilarious. And I said, do you want to bring up the next act? And when I said that to her, like you could see physically the joy take over her body. You could see her go, oh my God, for real? And I'm like, yeah, like bring up the next act. And she brought up Los Lonely Boys. And then here comes the tech. Here comes the tech with his cord. Right? But it was really cool to, I promised them that I would give them a gig, whoever won. So then to turn around and give her a gig like this, where she also got her first TV credit, right? I mean, I literally gave her first TV credit. She got to introduce a celebrity. She got to do 4 minutes in front of the fucking sold out Tobin audience. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, and it's loud too. That audience is loud.
Dude, they were losing their minds with her. Losing their minds. So funny. So let's go to the beginning. So, Friday, I'm doing a corporate gig in Laredo, Texas at Sam's Arena. My friend Sean Latham, who I met through Gabe Iglesias, very, very funny comedian. We did an episode of $20 Chef together. He's still here. He won't leave. He's stuck with me. Sean, you want to say hi? That way they can see your face real quick.
Yeah.
So,
What's
there's
up,
Sean
guys?
Latham.
Well, hold on. Let me Let me make sure we're in focus.
Yeah, he's an uglier Renae for sure.
Little uglier.
Huh? It just cracked. The camera's
Oh,
like,
look at
oh
it.
shit.
Fell over. The tripod leg cracked off. It's crooked.
So Sean, I'll let you join me on this conversation because you were part of it. So Friday, I told Kyle, my road manager, and I told Timmy, I said, guys, get me an RV. I think this could be a fun one because it was 2.5 hours to Laredo, spend the night, wake up, 2.5 hours to San Benito, where I was on Saturday, and then a 4-hour ride home. So my thought was, man, we can all hang out, socialize, big old RV like a tour bus, have drinks, eat, whatever, and hang out. Go to Laredo, spend the night in Laredo, wake up, do the same thing on the way to San Bernardino. We could sleep if we wanted to. We could hang out if we wanted to. Let's get an RV. They bring this RV to the house Thursday night, and we're leaving like at 8:30 in the morning. And it is, Rick, it is a brand new 2025. Beautiful, big window, couches, bunk beds in the back. Like, I mean, super cool. And I'm like, perfect. This is, and then the front passenger seat swivels so that you can talk to the people in the back. Like, really fucking cool. Gets here, it has 4,000 miles on it, brand new. We wake up, we go to do my TV interview at KSAT for the benefit, and we start going to Laredo, and we have 2.5 hours. I'm driving the first 30 minutes. Or I plan on driving the first hour. 30 minutes into it, Kyle comes up to me. He goes, dude, we got to stop. Please. I said, what's going on? He goes, we have no AC in the back. None. And I have like 3 vents in the front. My back is already sweating to the chair.
Yeah, that back AC ran off of a generator as opposed to the front was running off the engine.
Yeah. So now I look back and Big Al's with me. And if you, dude, bro, Big Al looks like he wants to kill himself.
It looks like he's got out of the shower with that long ass.
It looks like he just got out of the shower, dude. He's sitting back there in a fucking wife beater, half a titty hanging out. I mean, dude, like it looked like he just finished running 10 miles because his shirt in the middle was soaked. Latham has chosen to just lay in the bed in the back as still as possible.
I felt like, Gladiator when he gets caught and he's getting taken in to go start fighting and they're holding him on that little trailer. That's what it felt like. We were just walking through the desert right there. I'm just laying there.
Laying there with the wound.
With the hot wind. At least we had the hot wind back there, Steve.
Kinda.
Yeah, we had hot wind.
I looked on my phone and it was 108 degrees in the RV. 108, dude. So we stop. We're trying to figure it out. We're troubleshooting. We're calling the dude that rented it to us, his company. There, he hold on. Let me have a maintenance guy. FaceTime. Let's figure it. Dude, we can't figure it out.
I mean, we stopped at your buddy's house. It looked like we were some kind of cartel mission, picking up kilos out there. It was like a garage, but like in the middle of a small town in Texas.
Dude, because we go through Cotulla. I called Dwayne, and Dwayne's cousins are all fucking mechanics. All of them. They're all Harley guys. We show up there, and he's like, "Hey, bro, you're fucked, bro."
Couple of laps around, he opened the generator. He was like, "Yeah,
no, I don't work on generators, bro, and it's a breaker, and I don't have a breaker, and y'all are fucked." 2.5 hours of 108. Dude, it was like a sauna. I mean, I'm not talking about low 90s. I'm talking about 108. And it was also, by the way, the temperature outside was like 98. Inside the fucking RV was 108.
Unrest started to unravel in the van, in the back there. It was almost a brawl break loose in there. Dude, Al wanted to get dropped off at the Amtrak station.
I was like, get me at it. Al goes, I'll walk. Fuck it. And if you see that guy, he doesn't walk anywhere. I mean, Rick, dude.
The flowers on his shirt died.
Now here's the his goatee left his mustache. Poor Big Al's not even here, dude. He's not even here. He's just shitting on him. We love you, Big Al.
Can we take callers?
Can we take callers so they can shit on? Here's the ironic part. My mother is one of 9 children. My mother told me stories And of course, they said they would do it at night. But my grandpa had her dad had an El Camino, and it would be my grandpa, my grandma, and a kid in the front, and the rest of them in the back, driving from Corpus to Laredo, 4 hours. And I'm sitting here going, I'm at least on a cushion, right? And there's not four siblings on top of me.
And El Caminos aren't like F-250 extended cab beds.
Yeah, they're like
they're
stacked.
just small.
I mean, the joke about 50 Mexicans in a car, my mother lived it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm also trying to like calm down and go, look, I don't want to bitch. Let's just get there. Dude, every time I look at the phone, I'm like, 2 minutes has gone by. 2.
It was so hot, dude.
So hot. It's just balls, bro. Like just smelling like balls. 5 grown men. Kyle's in a full, you know Kyle, dude. Jeans, boots.
2 different knives, a long sleeve black shirt, that beard, a hat.
So we get there, and I call the dude and I go, listen, man, there's no way I'm driving to San Benito with this shit. It's not happening, dude. And he's like, well, take it to Ron Hoover. I've already scheduled an appointment for you guys. So we take it over there. Well, Ron Hoover, they're like, we can't fix it because we don't have the part. Right? But Ron Hoover did say, you can find somebody that has this kind of breaker. They can temporarily fix it. But because we're Ron Hoover, we ain't touching it, and we're not gonna rig it. So now we're trying to find another freaking tech. We're asking the venue if they can send a tech. But I told the guy, I go, listen, man, I just looked up the weather for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be 103. No fucking way. If it was 98 and 108, then now it's 102. It's going to be 112. I was going to die.
Yeah, and it was a longer drive. That was a longer one.
Yeah. I was like, so I told the dude, I go, look, man, you got to figure it out. Come pick this thing up. I'll rent a freaking Suburban and we'll be on our way. Dude's like, you can't just leave it there. And I'm like, well, you got to figure it out, dude.
This thing's about to turn into a hearse, buddy.
Because, yeah, we're going to die. You want somebody dead in this thing?
Yeah.
But the show was for the South Texas Food Bank. Super awesome show. Big old fucking theater.
Oh.
Latham went up. Al went up. Who went first on that one?
I went up first.
So
that was after they had hired an auctioneer, and that buddy did about 2 items, and I don't know what happened. Suddenly we were in the back, and then Steve's like, "All right, I'll be back. See you later." And then you went out there and did your other profession,
which raising money.
Yeah, you're out there just crushing it.
Well, so here's my goal, Rick, and my philosophy. I get hired to do these charities. I get hired, right? Because it's not my charity. They want entertainment. They know that if they hire me, they're going to get people to come out, right? The whole thing. So I get paid a lot of money to do these charities. And the way I look at it is, if I can help them pay for me, then I'm doing my part. So if I can raise the prices on the auction items, and then I like to donate something that they didn't have on the auction item list. So I donated 4 tickets to my Vegas show, 4 backstage passes, right? And that sold for $17,000.
I sold one of those packages for $1,200 backstage.
For me?
The record, yeah. I took that one. Just so you know, there's going to be another group showing up.
For $1,200? You're over there counting 20s?
Can I also mention what this is how good Steve is at auctioning? We were in Laredo in August with 118-degree weather and humidity. And somehow he still auctioned off a chinchilla jacket for $9,000.
Yeah, they had fur coats on the fucking auction list in Laredo. Because, the need for fur coats in Laredo, Texas is high.
Those 2 days in March get down to in the 60s. You don't want to be caught slipping in Laredo without that chinchilla. Dog. And it wasn't just a regular, it was a chinchilla jacket from the ears to the ankles.
Yeah, like a trench.
Yeah.
And I sold it for that one for like $9,000 or something.
Yeah.
I forget. But it was an awesome show, a lot of fun. The charities are always low pressure, easy to do. I end up chatting it up with this the guy that hired me. They hired him to do production and put on the show. He in turn hired me, And he just gave me the best compliment because he goes, I didn't know who you were. He goes, they insisted that they wanted you. They told me the price. He goes, I was thinking to myself, they're idiots. Who the fuck is this guy? And for this price. And he goes, but dude, you absolutely killed it. I've never done one of these where the artist actually contributes and helps raise money. He goes, I'm going to hire you again. He goes, you are worth every penny. That was freaking awesome. Chatted up with him and his wife, had drinks. Then the plan was, well, let's go Friday night. You know, Blackout Friday, Timmy. I go, let's go have drinks. We find the tilted kilt. Was it a tilted kilt?
Well, we looked for a couple dive bars that were not open, and we ended up across the street from the hotel to Tilted Kilt.
Easy peasy, walk across the street, right? Sad situation in there. Sad situation. 4 dudes, huge bar, you know, just hitting on the waitresses, the bartender. Dude, I walk in there, I'm buying everybody, the whole bar, and they're freaking the whole bar. I'm like, there's fucking 8 of us in here, dude. Yeah. There's a whole 8, and we're in Laredo. I bought shots for everybody like 3 times. My tab was $89. And they're like, Steve Trevino's here. Steve Trevino's here. I'm taking pictures with everybody.
I think me and Al are doing a show there in November too.
Yeah, right.
That's
you guys did book it.
That's how dead it was that the general manager had plenty of time for us to have an impromptu meeting about doing a show there.
They put together a PowerPoint and explained how they're going to sell tickets and improve their business on a Thursday.
I'm a hell of a negotiator after that 14th vodka soda.
Did that. So then I decided to get out of there early. A little early, and then the next day I went there. You tell the story.
Yeah. So, anyways, we leave the bar. We go across the street. We're just standing in the parking lot, like, you know, we're kind of wrapping it up. Everybody's still talking shit. You know, we weren't ready to go to bed, but we weren't drinking anymore. And right there, when we're on the hotel corner, directly across from there, and there's just an empty intersection. It's an empty intersection. This car is this nice ass Mustang is just sitting there at the light, waiting for it to turn left. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this truck this dude must have been shit canned. He comes flying in and boom! I mean, he rear ends the only car for a 2-mile radius. And in this guy's luck, I mean, this guy's probably still sitting in jail because this dude decided he was just going to back her up and take on off. So he just backs up, and before this guy can get past the crosswalk, woo! They lit him up, bro. There was a cop. There was literally,
I think of Laredo PD was at that intersection.
They were literally all there. I've never seen more cops show up before anybody called in my life for anything. This guy, the Mustang's kind of floating out past the crosswalk because we just got smashed. This guy's not even to the other crosswalk. A cop comes out of nowhere, and then 3 more cops. They must have, you know how sometimes in small towns when there's nothing going on, the cops kind of just like hang out in the parking lot and talk to each other. You'll always see their cars like this. That must have been what happened.
They were on his tits.
They were, I mean, because it was so loud. I hope that person in the other car was okay, because it was so loud. And buddy, they had
how far were you guys? Like,
man, we were maybe 20, 25 yards max.
Could it have hit you?
No, because it was some tree. I mean, technically, yeah, I'm sure that, I mean, there's a will, there's a way. I can't do the layout of the trees and shit, but yes, I mean, technically, if that guy would have fell asleep and the wheel veer this way, I'm sure, you know, we would have saw it because if two of us
you're
had
so athletic, you would have got out of the way.
You know, I probably would have just kind of hip checked the F-150.
Right.
And Kyle would have busted out that big ass knife and probably hit the tire before he got to the curb.
And it would have fucking flown over your head. Yeah.
But no, yeah, this dude definitely fell asleep, nailed it. And then I went out and did a news report and all the loose parts.
Did you do any YouTube? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
I did a
awesome.
full on location. We're here in Laredo, across from the Tilted Kilt, where the girl with the Triple E titties just got a $20 tip for no reason.
So
it was a wild little, for a town that was nothing going on. That shit got crazy.
Wake up in the morning and I'm like, hey Kyle, what's the deal with the RV? And he goes, well, they're gonna swap it out. They've got another RV coming here. They'll be here by 10 a.m. They're going to swap it out. New RV. Not a new RV. Bro, they bring us a piece of shit.
I mean, I think it wasn't that bad as you're saying. I mean, it was like an older Benzo.
It was like an 02. So we went from a 2025 to an 02. And it's like,
The bed was like built for somebody that was like 4'7".
Yeah.
It was still comfortable because the AC was on, so I was happy. It curled
That's
up
all
in
I cared about. I'm like,
Yeah.
at least there's freaking AC, dude. Right? Get to San Bernardino, and I got to give it up to the city of
San Benito.
San Benito. I got to give it up to the city of San Benito. What a freaking cool thing they had going on.
That event was. Now we were hanging out in that tour bus, and the AC was so good on that thing is that when I
You
got
needed
out
fur
the
coat
bus
from Laredo.
yeah, and the guy drove it from Laredo, which is hilarious.
I know. He goes, I came from Laredo this morning. I'm like, fuck, we could have jumped in the damn tour bus and drove it. Fuck.
Probably could have threw him a few bucks to just swoop around New Braunfels before he goes back to Laredo.
Yeah, drop us off.
But that AC was so good that when I got off the bus at night to go to, go out and do the set, my glasses went fogged up because it was like a
Big
thunderstorm
goatee
clouds.
connected. The flowers
They
bloomed.
grew back. No, that event was incredible. You had 3,000 people in there, sold out, all smashing elote and refrescos and just
Dude, it was
having
awesome,
a
man.
blast.
And I sold it out, 3,000 people. I had the one wheel, so I'm out there like one wheeling it up.
By the way, I loved it. It was like the most 12-year-old kid shit. It was just you got 3,000 people. You're about to go up and headline this thing. You got all these people for meet and greets and all this. And Steve just roaming around on his one wheel on the lawn.
It was awesome, dude. It was awesome. My favorite compliment was the staff. The staff was like, man, you guys are the most humble. You guys were the most easygoing. They said, we had George Lopez 3 weeks ago, and it was a nightmare. They said they had to build a wall of they had to do shoulder to shoulder police to build an alleyway backstage for him to walk to the stage.
The only guys that were backstage were the guys in the band and their tech guys. And like the people part of the show, like the government people.
And by the way, he sold 1,000 tickets. I sold 3,000. Just putting that out there.
And they used half that money for the police wall.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so they were, and one of the guys told me a story. He goes, I do this all the time. He's like, we always get hired to run security for celebrities, he goes, and he goes, Steve, you've been the best. He's like, you're the most humble, down to earth. You took pictures with everybody. Anybody that asked you for a picture, you took them, you shook hands. I mean, we stayed there pretty late, hanging out.
There was a long line of people buying merch and ready to take photos with you.
But he told me a story. He said that J-Lo, what is it with these Lopez's? What is it with the Lopez's? He said Jennifer Lopez called and said, I need you to find me a gym. I need you to clear it out. And I need to be there by myself. And then they go, okay, well, from what time to what time? And she said, I need it from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
What?
Yep. So this cop, the security guy, well, he's a cop, kind of like a higher level cop. He goes, Steve, I'm calling all over. He's like, I'm going out of my way. I finally find this guy that agrees. He clears out the place, basically closes it on a Saturday. He goes, and she never showed up.
What a waste of time.
He goes,
and
no phone call, no thank you.
You have
No,
to pay
I'm
for that? I mean,
sorry.
I hope they paid for it at least. The guy's people.
No. She asked him to do it for free. Wow. So the guy lost out on an entire Saturday, told his customers he couldn't come in, and she just decided, not only am I not going to show up, I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to let you know I'm not going to show up. I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Damn.
Have you ever dealt with anything like that, Rick?
My brother worked at a Specs Music in Miami, and Michael Jackson showed up, so they shut the whole store down and blacked out windows. They put all the employees in the back. They couldn't even open the door. So me personally, no, but that's my only story like that.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, and at least Michael Jackson's mildly more understandable because of how crazy the fans were. Like attacking, like if you ever watch videos.
Well,
but J-Lo, I mean... Well,
I don't know. My thing would be an hour.
yeah, it's like,
Right.
if you're going to do it, you better get there. You come in the morning because you must be so busy.
You come in the morning, tell them I'll be there from 6 to 8, shut it down for me, and I'll pay you for your time because you're rich. Pay them for their time, and then not go in there, knock it out. Or if you don't go, you still pay them, and you say, sorry, plans changed.
Just tell your assistant to tell him. You don't even have to do
Right.
it.
Here's an autographed picture.
Yeah.
or here's a quick video. Hey, Jennifer Lopez here. Thank you for shutting down your deal for me. Here's a picture to put up on your fucking wall. Something.
Yeah, my new entertainment goal is to not do shit like George Lopez just did 2 weeks ago.
A whole wall.
It's like the whole wall being when you have 9 cops saying that you were pretty much a dick.
Meanwhile, I get stopped on my one wheel by the fence, and somebody goes, "Can I take a picture?" I go, "Yes." That turned into an entire fucking meet and greet.
When I walked up, I thought that was part of the operation, that you were doing some
that
sort
was
of
just because I stopped to take a picture, and then people were like, "Oh, he's taking pictures." And I probably did 1,000 pictures, 1,000 people, like.
Yeah.
And finally, Kyle came over and he's like, "No more people adding to the line. Well, we can't. We have a show to do."
I thought it was some kind of VIP pre-show meet and greet like you do sometimes.
Drove home in this shit RV, and it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great. I mean, the balance on that thing, I tried to sleep in the back, and any slight turn, I basically got slammed up against the wall or thrown off the bed completely. Like
it was a very unsure little bunk, and you had to be on the outside half to feel the AC also.
Yeah. So then now you're risking your life because they take a turn, you're flying off the fucking bed. So it was one of those weekends. We got home at 4:00 in the morning, and then nothing Sunday, right? Smoked a brisket.
Yep. Got a 7.5 on the brisket from you.
Okay, you're being aggressive.
More
like a 6.5.
I gave myself a 7.5 online. Flavor was there. Just, parts of it wasn't finished. I pulled it a little soon.
It was my fault. It was my fault because you said you were going to stay up with the brisket. I said, okay, I'm going to bed. Because you're such an amazing cook, I thought, well, I'm sure he knows what to do. Well, he pulled it off too early. Pulled it off the fire.
Which it was already 12 hours. And also 12 Crown Royals on the rocks.
Yeah, also.
And a cigar. And 2 Modelo's.
Yeah.
It was a long
and a
12
Corona.
hours. And a couple of those iced tea high noons.
But do me a favor, follow my friend Sean Latham. What is your handle?
$20 Chef is the easiest way. 20 and spelled dollar and chef. And then my personal one, Sean Latham's in the bio.
And Captain Evil, I missed you desperately today, but I think we got through it. What do you think, Rick? We got through it?
We got through it.
Without Captain Evil. So I apologize.
Shout out those Captain Evil yesterday, just with the organizational skills, watching from the third party there, man. It was.
Well, and not only that, she looked absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, there are times that I look at my wife and I'm just like, holy shit, man. Like, she's beautiful.
She has such good style.
She's very classy.
Yeah.
I always tell people, even when we were not rich, she looked rich. She always looked rich.
Yeah.
Now she's fucking rich. Like, so my friends at Aztec wanted me to share, Aztec and Coastal Bend Ford, they wanted me to share this with you, that the 2025 F-150 STX is 0% down, 48 months, no payments for 90 days, plus get complimentary 2-year premium maintenance plan. What more do you want? Then the 2025 F-150 XLT is 0 down, 48 months, no payments for 90 days, complements 2-year maintenance plan. The Lariat, the 2025 F-150 Lariat is 0% down, 48 months, no payments for 90 days, and get complimentary 2-year premium maintenance. So you can't ask for better. So go visit our friends over at Aztec Chevrolet, Coastal Bend Auto Group, Uvalde Chevrolet, and Dodge and Ram and Jeep, all those good ones. Give them an opportunity. Pick Cherries. We're still talking about it because it's amazing. Put the app. Do you have the app, Pick Cherries?
I don't have Pick Cherries.
Put it on your thing right there.
All
We're
right.
going to make more
I'm gonna
money,
get it on
Rick.
right
Let's
now.
get the Pick Cherries app downloaded right there. Old Salt Coffee, absolutely delicious. Love it. Got to have it. And then, of course, Rao Western Wear. And, of course, Rick has a hit show on the air right now. What's it called, Rick?
The Gilgo?
Yep.
Gilgo Beach Murders?
Gilgo Beach Murders. Watch it. Where can they watch it, Rick? Peacock.
Oh, great.
It is a smash hit, and Rick was a huge part of that. I'm so proud, dude. Rick is one of the, speaking of humble people, Rick has done amazing things, and he's so humble. So please support my friend Rick, our producer, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, guys. SeanLatham.com. Do you have a website?
No, just Instagram. Thank you for having me on the show, Steve.
You got it, buddy.